What we were asked to do in the strategy, essentially, was to create a private sector-led organization that could develop some of the rules of the road for how to build trust online, or where you can, as an individual, take one credential, username and password, smart card, authentication through some sort of biometric like fingerprint, and use that to access multiple services instead of just accessing one service with each, like we do today in most cases, where you have dozens and dozens and dozens of usernames and passwords. So we have usernames and passwords that are pretty insecure, they're pretty inconvenient, and you can only use them in one place. There are much better technologies out there. You can take those better technologies as an individual and use them at multiple services so that you don't have to carry around 50 smart cards or 50 different one-time password devices or applications on your phone. Our strategy is very much focused on the public. And in many ways, our approach is a response to not having something like a national ID card. This is the way to not do that. A lot of governments across the world do issue national ID cards, and a lot of those national ID cards have a strong digital component to them, so they can be used for online transactions. We don't want to take that route. There are a couple reasons we don't want to take that route. One is, culturally, that's not something we want to do in America. It's pretty much that simple. Politically, it very likely wouldn't get done for those cultural reasons. And so let's take the world right now where I interact with 50 different service providers, and they each have 50 privacy policies of 50 pages long. I'm not going to take the time to read that. So let's say instead that you have a credential that has one privacy policy, and it's not in legalese. And you can decide what you want out of your privacy policy because there's a market for different types of credentials with different privacy policies. In order to get the user back in control, you have to reduce the burden on them because they can't spend 80 work days trying to figure out what all the privacy policies are. So we have to find a way to turn the equation on the head and make it about the user and what the user wants in terms of privacy. It's a long road to get there, but taking this approach is probably the only way that we're going to do it.